F18 or F22? Which one's better? Well, if you're asking that question, then this video is the right one for you. Today we're going to be doing a video on the top 6 US fighter jets. That's right, so let's just jump right in. The fighter jets will be ranked from 6 to 1, and I'm pretty sure 1 is going to shock you. Welcome back, Hand-Ack and Satchel viewers. Now, you guys, for those of you who know my channel, make sure to keep enjoying my videos, and for those of you who don't, watch this video and then you're going to be enjoying my videos. Let's dive right in. Number 6, believe it or not, is actually the F35 Lightning. Now, you might be like, hey, Hand-Ack and Satchel, that's a pretty advanced jet, but here's why it's number 6. It doesn't rank very high in terms of a lot of the statistics that make, at least in my opinion, a very good fighter jet. And I'm going to stop explaining. I'm just going to give you pure statistics right now. The F35 Lightning has a speed of around 1,200 miles per hour. While extremely fast, it's just not even close to the jets that are about to come up on this list. It actually ranks number 6 with that kind of speed, right behind the... You didn't think I was going to give it to you that easy, did ya? No, definitely not. It has a ceiling of 50,000 plus feet. Now that's pretty generic. That's one of the ones where it ranked like midway through. The ceiling ranking was 5th, and it could be 4th depending on how you slice it, because a lot of them have 50,000+ feet as the ceiling. So it's still not very extraordinary there. But one thing I do think is worth mentioning is this next feature. That feature being that it has been speculated that it will be replacing the A-10 Warthog and the F16 Fighting Falcon. Now, you might be like, why does that matter? Well, it matters because the A-10 Warthog is meant for low ground attack. And I think that when you put that into play, it does make it a bit more incredible that they put that into a fighter jet. Also, there's another thing. This feature does not work to its advantage on this ranking. Its range. It has a range of 1,350 plus miles, which once again puts it number 6 in terms of range. Not that great. Now that spoiler that I was about to give you, but made sure not to, was that number 5 is the F18 Hornet. Yep, that's right. The F18 Hornet comes in at number 5, and you're gonna see why. Its stats are far superior to the F35, in my opinion, and make it an easy... It's like a whole rank above, in my opinion. Coming in with a speed of 1,360 miles per hour, that puts it 160 miles per hour faster than the F35, also putting it at number 5 in this ranking. The F-18 Hornet also has a ceiling of 50,000 feet, which is pretty generic. Once again, that actually puts it at number 6 for ceiling ranking, but this next thing that I think is pretty cool is one of the reasons it gets bumped up on the list. And that is aircraft carrier capability. Now, when you can fly off an aircraft carrier, that's pretty incredible. I think the F-35 might be able to too, but this one's far more iconic, and it deserves more recognition, in my opinion, because it's got something else. It's Navy. It's a Navy plane, and it can do the whole aircraft carrier landing thing. And correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I'm not sure that the F-35 can do that, and certainly a lot of the ones to come can't. Another area that this fighter jet shines is its range. It has a range of 2,000 miles of ferry range. Now that's quite a lot, and that puts it at number 3 of range ranking. Also, you might notice that the Navy seems to have shorter ranges due to the fact that they have aircraft carriers and can basically place their takeoff anywhere in the world. If you pay attention, you'll notice that. Stay focused. We're getting closer to number 1. At number 4, the F16 Fighting Falcon. Now, with this aircraft, I'm going to just point out it has an M61A1 20mm multi-barrel cannon with 500 rounds. That's pretty neat. But number 1 has way cooler arms to boot. Also, for the F16, I'm going to show you some more cool stuff. It has a speed of 1,500 miles per hour. Now we're starting to get up higher. It ranks number 4 with speed. But another thing to point out would be, notice how the newer aircraft, examples of F18, F35, F22, have much less overall ability than a lot of the older aircraft, for example the F15, F14, and F16. If that didn't quite make sense, just keep paying attention to the rest of the video and it'll make more sense throughout. You can back it up to hear what I said after you've finished. Another thing to note about this plane is its ceiling. The F-16's ceiling is 50,000 plus feet. Once again, like I said, a lot of planes and fighter jets have 50,000 plus feet, and that ranks it at number 4, depending on how you put it. Something else really cool is its range. Now, the F16 Fighting Falcon has a range of 2,002 miles. Now, it almost feels like the Air Force here was just trying to outdo the Navy's F18, which has a range of 2,000 miles, and they just added 2. So that's kind of interesting. Also, with its range, it is number 2 if it were to be just ranked off of range. Now, at number 3, we're on to the F-22 Raptor. Now, this is one of my personal favorite fighter jets, but this ranking is not biased because of it. The F-22 is designed for air dominance and a multi-role fighter. Now, the F-22 is also capable of thrust vectoring and a whole lot more, as you're about to see, and has a weight of 43,340 pounds and a maximum takeoff rate of 83,500 pounds. The F-22 Raptor has a speed of around 1,500 miles per hour, putting it at number 3 for the speed ranking. It also is, for one F-22 Raptor, just keep that in mind, for one F-22 Raptor, it'll be costing you around $143 million. That's pretty crazy, and it's only operated by one person. $143 million and one person runs it. Now, as we're covering the F-22 Raptor, we're gonna give it a ceiling of 50,000 plus feet in the sky. So a service ceiling of 50,000 plus feet. Another incredible thing about this jet, and you'll see why I put it so high later if you've been paying close attention, is its $143 million price tag. That's a lot of money for one aircraft. Now, on to the F-22's range. It has a range of 1,850 miles ferry range. Now, if you've been paying really close attention, you'll notice that this shouldn't necessarily be ranked number 3 on it. But it only gets that number 3, and I put it in 3rd because it's extreme technology. I mean, that $143 million price tag kind of says it all for it. Now, on to number 2. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to number 1. Number 2 is the F-14 Tomcat. I know a lot of people who really love this jet, and another incredible thing about this jet, actually not another, it's the first one, is its wings fold. Yep, that's right, its wingspan with unswept is 64 feet, but when it sweeps its wings, it has a 38 feet wingspan. That's a pretty big difference, and it's a really incredible thing that this fighter jet has. Now, let's start with the F-14's ceiling, which is 56,000 feet, putting it at number 2 on the ceiling ranking. Now, that's pretty high, and you might be like, how can number 1 beat it? But it does, I promise. And here we get a good picture of its wings unswept. The F-14 also has a range of 1,600 miles, which puts it, believe it or not, number 5 on the range ranking. It's not that incredible, but if you think about all the other things, and most importantly the next fact I'm about to give to you, it becomes far more incredible. Also, the F-14 is aircraft carrier capable, just like the F-18. These are both Navy planes, so that means it has the special things needed to land on an aircraft carrier and take off. Now, with the Tomcat speed of 1,544 miles per hour, that puts it at number 2 on the speed ranking, second only to number 1 because it's ranked number 2. Now, here in this picture, we get yet another picture of its wings folded, but we get a better view of it. So now you get to see, compare that with the previous photo, actually 2 photos ago, or the previous one, to see its wings unswept. Are you enjoying this video? If so, please scroll right down and hit that subscribe button. Share this video with others, anybody you know who loves fighter jets, and make sure to also leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe, share this video, everything else that you know to do because you are a YouTube viewer, and I thank you. Please join the Hand Axe and Satchel group by just subscribing. It costs no money, but I think you'll get a lot of value. And now for the moment I know you've been waiting for. Number 1, the F15 Eagle. Now, even though the F15 Eagle was actually made starting in 1975, it still on this list ranks number 1 because it is built as a tactical fighter and meant for air superiority, and it has an internally mounted M61A1 20mm 6-barrel cannon with 940 rounds of ammunition. Another thing to note is that this plane costs $27.9 million per plane. Also, the inventory that the U.S. Air Force has of it is 249. That's quite a bit of this plane, especially with how expensive it is. Another thing to note about that is the ceiling of the F-15 at 65,000 feet, ranking it number 1 on the ceiling ranking. 65,000 feet. That's quite a bit, more than the 56,000 feet of the Tomcat. The F-15 also has a range of 3,450 miles of ferry range, ranking it number 1 range-wise, too. That's also pretty incredible. Also, you gotta love the looks of the F-15. I think it looks on par with the F-14 and F-22 because the F-22 has that really nice shiny gold cockpit, which I really think is cool. Also, look at the intakes on it. That's pretty cool, too. Some say leave the best for last. I certainly think I did that because the F-15 has a speed of 1,875 miles per hour. Now that is so fast. Also, look at on this picture, you get to see its kind of Arctic camo coating. That's interesting. Also, another thing I think you might enjoy doing is becoming a pilot yourself. Hand Axe and Satchel, what do you mean? I'll tell you what I mean. I mean, check out my next video. Actually, it's already published. You can go check it out right now. Could you survive as a modern fighter pilot? You'll be put through all the situations, well, not all of them, but some of them, and you will get to test your own skills on whether or not you would have survived as a modern fighter pilot and made the right decisions. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed making this video, so if you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please go and hit the subscribe button, like it, share it with your friends, go to my channel, and also go and watch the next video, which has been already made, so you can go and watch it right now. Could you survive as a modern fighter pilot? You'll have a lot of fun, and after that, go and check out the real reason aircraft carriers dominate naval warfare. Hand Axe and